you're meeting these people on a dating app, and you're just meeting with like, if it's your first meeting, like you didn't.
Oh, she's free
before,
to do it.
It was your first time, like you're just getting to know them. Like
That's
when
great.
I go like on date, like when I was on a dating app and I would go on like dates, like it wasn't even like really a date. It was just like, hey, I'm meeting you in person.
That look, you're free to move in that way, but what I'm
like,
saying is,
I kind
if
of
I knew
understand
as a
what
guy,
you're saying, but like if it's just a date, like you're just getting coffee or lunch or something, then I don't. Then I kind of understand like why you say like you wouldn't want to pay. Like, okay, fair. I think
I don't even want to go on the date anymore.
Exactly, but that's the part that I don't understand. Because like not paying, like okay, I get it. It would set you apart though. And then she might want to go on another date with you, but
from the 14, the 30 other men she's going on a date on.
Because if all the guys have like the same mindset and they don't pay, like she was saying, like this guy like went out to his car to grab his wallet so that he wouldn't have to pay.
What happened to the days
it's like
of like liking the person and you both like
it's
each
hard.
other?
They have to even for women.
Put it this way. No, here's the thing. It's really hard to find someone that you actually like, and if you are a woman who's career oriented or you focus on school, I would love to know how you're supposed to meet someone if they're not in your immediate proximity. And I'm not dating someone that I work with.
I think it's personal reference though.
Yeah,
like,
but
I wouldn't want to be with the guy who's like going on dates personally.
But here's the thing. You could also go on a date with a guy who's sleeping with 3 different women. Why would you be more okay with that and not have him actually going to go meet someone and genuinely find someone? As soon as I found someone that I was like, this guy's great, I have no desire to even talk to these other men. And out of respect, I wasn't exclusive with him. It's one date. But at the same time, it was something where if I saw that there was actual potential, I cut it all off. And I have no problems doing that too.
If I was that guy who really liked you and I knew that you had...
He felt flattered. He honestly, when we actually were in a relationship, I said, as soon as I met you, I cut it off with every other guy. I think it's out of respect, and it makes a man feel more special. If you know she had options and she chose you and you chose her, even after the first date, you knew there was potential. There's difference of that. If you're going out on a date with someone and you're hooking up or you're doing whatever you want to do, that's perfectly fine, but that's your choice. But if you're just going to go get to know people, if someone's actually looking for a relationship and they want to meet someone, like, by all means, why should you waste your time going on? I think it's mean when a girl leads a guy on for so long. You go on 7 dates and the guy's paid for everything. I think that's messed up, and the girl knows it's not going anywhere, or the guy's just trying to hook up with the girl. Like, I don't think it's bad if you actually say, hey, I'm looking for something, and if you're giving people a shot. And I think that's a big thing. Is like our date ended up being like 6 hours long, and it was just because we wanted to talk and we got to know each other and we really found each other intriguing, and he's very articulate.
Look. So just to bring it back to what I was talking about. So originally what I was saying is, in that situation, I would not want to pay for the first date. I wouldn't even want to go out. I wouldn't even bother going out with a girl who's doing that. I mean, you're kind of gamifying courtship and dating. I get it. But, and you might say, well, you're single. You don't owe it to a guy to only be talking to him. Personally, I think it's actually very easy to date just one person at a time, but
I only date. I like I said, I cut it off.
No, but you went.
There's a difference between going on first dates and dating around. Like if you're going on multiple dates with multiple people, there's a difference than going on first date. Because you went on a date and then that was
first
it, and then you knew whether you want to go on another date or not, right?
Did you kiss any of those guys on the first date?
A few of them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
but in my defense, one of them, it wasn't by choice on some of them. One guy like picked me up and put me upside down and kissed me. It was very awkward.
Okay, all right. I'll just say, like, look, you don't owe it to a guy to only be talking to him, and we as men, we don't owe it to you to adhere to outdated, unfair gender roles like paying for the first date. You can get your own ride. You can open your own door. You can pay for your own meal. And if you're going to be entertaining dozens of other men while you're talking to us, then out the window goes traditional gender roles.
So can I ask on this part, when you're saying talking to someone, I mean, if you're on a dating app, I think it's nicer to meet people as soon as you can in person. Like, yeah, you can have cordial conversation. There's some people who will spend weeks talking to someone and then they meet them and feel like, hey, there's no real chemistry, or, they're really good at texting, but, in person, they're not that very articulate, or they're not that comfortable. Sure. Like, you're able to portray a different mask of who you are, I guess you can say, through text. I meet people, we match, I say, hey, are you free this day? They say, yeah, and that's as quick as it is. So it's not like they've invested weeks of conversation or that. I think that's messed up. But if you said, hey,
Right.
I think you're attractive, you think I'm attractive, I think we have really good banter, I thought your profile was cool, do you want to meet next Thursday? I feel like most guys would actually prefer a girl who does that versus investing all this time texting, and you find out she's dating other people,
No,
or
I'm not-
you meet her in person,
Yeah,
and then
you're not
she's
wasting
like,
their time.
hey, I'm not really feeling it, and you're like, damn it, I've been talking to this girl for like 2
you
weeks.
can meet up relatively quickly and still not be dating like 20 other men at the same time.
Is your issue that she had like the 2 weeks like pre-scheduled, or that she was going
The whole
on dates
the
every
whole thing
day?
the whole thing just makes me uncomfortable. The
Is it-
whole fucking thing
why?
is uncomfortable.
Is it because you can only get 2 dates a month? Is that why? Is it because you're jealous that women have it on easy mode?
I think it's
No, it
pretty
has
normal.
nothing to do with jealousy. That's just not a woman that I want to associate with.
That's personal reference too. Everybody has different references.
Right, and if everyone has different opinions, like you can totally respect someone's preference to not want to date somebody who's dating around with multiple people. Like dating around with multiple people is really simple. It just means you're going out with multiple people, and a lot of men like Brian don't want a girl that goes on multiple dates, but some guys don't care.
I'm just
So-
trying to like understand, like if she's just meeting with people, like she's not like hoeing around, so to speak, like she's not sleeping around, whatever. She's just meeting people, talking to them. Like she's not even like emotionally invested at that point. She's just getting to know them. I'm just trying to like understand. I don't know.
Let me try to put it this way. Let's say, because for me, I don't really have an interest in one night stands or just fucking a girl once and maybe stringing her along a bit. I'm dating, like if I'm pursuing a girl, let's say we do hook up, I want there to be continuity. I want to continue seeing her. I want it to, maybe it leads to a long-term relationship. So my issue would be, if this is going to be my future girlfriend, if this is going to be my future wife, if this is going to be my future mother of my children, I'm going to feel a very strong type of way if I found out that the first time I met her, the first date I had with her,
Getting passionate there.
she was on after her date with me, she went on a date with another guy. That to me is just kind of fucking scummy. I don't know what to say.
Wait, but I think that's different. When you went on a date with somebody that you actually liked, then you wouldn't go on another date with a different guy, right?
No, when I saw potential, I cut off all future dates because I out of respect to him, I don't want to keep doing that.
No, right, but okay.
So it was just before, like if this was like your future wife and you were like married or whatever, or the mother of your children, and you found out that she was, she had like 14 days of dating. You were the 14th guy, but after you, she didn't see anyone. What does it matter? Like if she, like I understand like body count, but this is different. Like it's not a body count. It's just she's meeting people.
So she gave an example of where in one day she went on a date with 2 different men. That's like, to me, it's like, what's going on here?
But if you were interested in the first guy,
I'm trying to find a long-term relationship.
Wait, so if you went on, so one day you went on a date with 2 guys on the same day.
Yeah.
If the first one you felt some kind of way for, would you have broken off the second one the same day?
Yes.
Okay, let's say, for example, well, first off, I would say that while she might have broken it off with all those other guys, she may have there might have been some other contenders. Were there some other contenders? Or all 13 of those guys were just no-goes?
There was like 1 or 2 that like I was like, okay, I could see going on a second date, maybe that kind
okay,
of
let's
thing,
say you
like
didn't.
that,
Sure.
that piece.
Let's say you didn't meet the guy who you were like, whoa, this is the one. Okay, I'm cutting everybody else off. But there were a couple that you wanted to continue seeing. Maybe second date, right? Okay, so you go on a second date with them, and then eventually it maybe leads to something more long-term with those guys. I mean, the whole time I'm seeing you, I'm going on dates with you, whatever, you're talking to other guys, who knows what else you're doing. You're saying you're not doing anything else with them.
I'm not, no.
Maybe you move that way, but a lot of people don't move that way. So
Agreed.
I just would feel, I'd feel a certain type of way about that. I would.
And I respect that, but it's also one of those things like, would you argue that if men had the option to do that, they would do that? Because I think most of the men that I know, and I primarily work with men, would love that. I see it from they would love to go on 14 different dates.
Men don't have the capability of doing that.
But the argument could be that if a woman has to be more open, she's going to give other guys a shot, and she could potentially meet someone. So if girl, I agree. I see girls, and I admittedly in the same way of like, if you're on a dating app, you swipe, and it kind of gives you like a fun left right kind of thing of what you're doing, and you put everyone to basically a picture and a profile. That's all it is. If women said, okay, I'm gonna go on, let's make it more tame. Let's say 5 dates this month. Whether or not I have actually liked someone, I have to give more men a shot, and I think that actually works in men's favor. Because if a woman is gonna say, okay, I have to go on, like I said, typically a lot of the guys that message, obviously they would have to be respectful in their comments. Or
Rippin' Lips donated $100. What do you all think about Donald Trump? Is he a misogynist? Would you vote for him?
Okay, thank you, Rippin' Lips. We can only do one question per TTS, so would you vote for Donald Trump? We'll do that one.
Never. Oh, that's it? Okay.
No.
No.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't really get into
Nick.
politics.
Huh?
I don't really get into politics just because I think it's a lot of time, and so I just don't vote in general.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you, Rippin' Lips. Okay, I'm trying to think. Look, ultimately, probably most guys don't mind, right? Most guys, okay, whatever.
But wait, can I say, if more women gave other guys a shot that wasn't their typical type or whatever, ridiculous
So you're doing them a
standards.
favor? That's even worse. Oh,
No,
she's
it's not,
giving me
it's
a
not
favor.
I'm just saying, it's not even a favor. It's saying women can't be as picky, which I think is a good thing. Because like I said, nothing about my ex. I thought he was a great guy and he's one of those things. But if I just saw his profile, he had it was fine. It wasn't anything that really stood out. Physically, he wasn't my initial attractive type, but once I met him and I got to know him, I'm a sapiosexual. So as soon as I get to know someone, if we can have a really good conversation, I found myself very attracted to him.
So you more so mean dismissive, because you were still picky. I mean, at the end of the day, it ended up being 2 out of 50.
Yeah, dismissive might be the word.
So dismissive. So a lot of women, when they see profiles, they dismiss men on all kinds of parameters. And
But
then
you could also argue that men, I mean, depending on the guy, a lot of guys are still picky, even if they say aren't the creme de la creme.
So I mean, but your motivation was simply to be more open to the idea.
Yeah, open to it, because it challenged me to actually say, okay, everyone has like what they're naturally attracted to. Can I venture out of that? And he was someone that was outside of that.
She's just being open, Brian.
She's